Welcome back to our series on crisis communication and reputation management. In episode 4, we unpacked the role of leadership during a crisis. Today, we're turning the spotlight inward to a group that often gets overlooked in the rush: internal stakeholders.
Yes, Yogesh, we often hear the phrase, employees are your first line of defense. But during a crisis, they're more than that. They're your advocates, your messengers, and, if you're not careful, your critics.
Exactly. If employees don't know what's happening, or if they hear the news from Twitter before hearing from leadership, you've already lost control of the internal narrative.
That's why internal communication must be prioritized from the very beginning of a crisis. It builds trust, alignment, and morale at a time when people may be feeling anxious, confused, or even betrayed.
Let's begin by identifying who we mean when we say internal stakeholders. Of course, employees are the primary group, but who else?
Think about contractors, temporary staff, internal partners, volunteers, and sometimes even board members and key advisors. Anyone within the organization's inner operational circle.
Perfect. And they all need timely, clear, and relevant information. So let's talk strategy. How should internal communications be structured during a crisis?
I recommend a three-phase approach: initial notification, ongoing updates, and post-crisis follow-up.
Let's unpack that. Phase 1, initial notification. What's the goal here?
It's about acknowledging the situation quickly and directly. Employees should hear from you, ideally from leadership, before the public hears the story.
And the tone matters. It should be calm, transparent, and action-oriented. Here's what happened, here's what we're doing, and here's what we need from you.
Exactly. You also want to establish communication channels immediately. Will updates come via email, internal messaging, town halls?
That's so important. The how you communicate is almost as important as the what.
Phase 2 is about ongoing updates. A single message isn't enough. People want to feel looped in, even if there's nothing new to report.
This prevents rumors and speculation. Silence gets filled with guesses, gossip, and misinformation.
Yes, set a predictable cadence, daily updates, for instance, or a dedicated Slack channel, and always allow two-way communication: questions, feedback, concerns.
That makes people feel heard and valued. It also helps leadership detect bubbling issues before they explode.
And then we get to phase 3, post-crisis follow-up. This is where trust is either reinforced or lost.
A debrief, you mean?
Exactly. Once the dust settles, leadership should thank employees, outline what was learned, and explain what's changing going forward. Closure is key to culture recovery.
I've seen teams that emerge stronger from crises because of how well they were internally supported.
Absolutely. And let's not forget, internal communication should be tailored by role. The frontline team may need different guidance than the back office staff.
Right. A customer support rep needs talking points to address complaints. A software engineer might need to focus on the technical response.
Which brings us to message mapping for internal audiences. We touched on this in episode 3, but it's especially crucial here.
Create core messages with variations based on audience. Each department head should be equipped with tools to cascade aligned updates to their teams.
Let's talk about channels. What internal tools are best for crisis messaging?
Email is standard, but often slow. Slack, Teams, or internal dashboards offer speed and interaction. For urgent matters, SMS still works. And nothing beats a virtual or in-person town hall for presence and emotional tone.
Leaders must be visible. Even a short video message can go a long way in maintaining connection and showing empathy.
Speaking of empathy, what about emotional tone? How do you balance honesty and hope?
I call it the HHH model: honesty, humanity, and hope. Be honest about the situation, human in your tone, and hopeful in your vision.
That's brilliant. Give people something to hold on to without sugarcoating the reality.
Exactly. And provide resources. Crises can be emotionally taxing. Let employees know where to find support. Mental health counselors, HR liaisons, or even just anonymous feedback forms.
One point we should stress: internal leaks. If employees feel unheard or mistreated, they may take their grievances public, and that adds a second layer of crisis.
That's why you don't just manage the message, you manage the morale. Internal trust is the best protection against external damage.
Let's run through a quick example. Say a company experiences a cyber attack. The public doesn't know yet, but the system is down.
First move, alert the IT and operations teams. Then send a company-wide message. We've experienced a potential security breach. Our systems are under evaluation. Please avoid using internal networks until further notice. We'll provide updates every 2 hours. Your safety and security are our top concern.
That creates clarity and calm. Then you roll into hourly updates, town halls, and team-specific talking points.
And after the breach is resolved, here's what happened. Here's what we learned. Here's what we're doing next, and here's how you can be involved.
Beautifully structured. So to wrap this episode, let's offer some key action steps for listeners.
Action 1. Create an internal communication protocol. Who communicates, how, and through what channel.
Action 2. Prepare role-specific message maps in advance. Different teams, different talking points.
Action 3. Establish regular check-ins or virtual huddles during a crisis to keep employees informed.
Action 4. Prioritize empathy. Don't just inform, reassure, support, and include.
And Action 5. After the crisis, close the loop, debrief, appreciate, and evolve your internal culture.
Thank you, Lily. And to our listeners, corporate communication remains your biggest ally. And always remember, in our next episode, we'll explore how to handle the media and public narratives, because managing your internal house is only half the battle. If you found this episode of Corporate Communication useful, don't forget to join us, leadershipacademy.tagbizsutra.com. Do share it with your friends and colleagues and leave your review. Until then, take care of your people, and they'll take care of your message.